Hey, listen, I quit. Yeah, I'm going into stocks.
Name of the game. Move the money from your client's pocket into your pocket. But if you can make your client's money at the same time, it's advantageous to everyone, correct? No.
No one is paying attention.
It's unbelievable.
Have to act now.
God, this is intimate. I feel like I'm financially inside of you or something.
Okay.
I have 5 houses and a condo.
I'm considering going long on April wheat. What do you think, Valentine?
Hi guys, welcome to the Greedy Trader channel. Well, I'm not exactly greedy, as most of you old watchers of the channel will testify. I have the most conservative approach to trading. It's just a nice parody idea from the Gordon Gekko mantra. There are only two kinds of traders, the greedy ones and the fearful ones.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works.
Those of you who are new to the channel, this is where you can learn how to really trade like a professional. Every video I make is packed with real examples with before and after scenarios, so you can see that it is simply a question of sticking with the plan, not changing it because you're having an emotional meltdown.
No!
Hello guys, awesome stuff. Good to have everyone here. Thanks so much, first and foremost, if you're new, for supporting the channel. I typically come on here, do a couple of rants, provide you some good value, but overall, thank you. I appreciate it. So what's going on today? I figured I'll do this video in play, market open, so we can talk a little bit about what's going on currently. What am I doing basically? Well, as you can see, I am short puts at the moment, so I'm selling the put options against the AMD May 16th 80 strike. As you can see, the puts are down considerably. I was selling these for roughly about $2.30, I think 38, or hang on a second, make sure I get this right, $2.36. They are down to, well, where are we? We're the 80s on AMD. We're looking at the May 16th. So they're currently trading about, you can get out of these for about $1.79, $1.80. Right, so I can cover them if I wanted to, but I'm looking for them to get crushed to about $1.04, and then I'll look to cover around about $1.04. We'll see how the next couple of days go. There's a bit of a red line for me at the $1.64 mark, because that's kind of where I think it's a break-even point for a lot of people. I've also got Boeing as well. I am not on the 65 days on this one. I'm on the April 17th 130s. All right, so it looks like I'm on the April 17th on Boeing, so these absolutely crushed. So I'm thinking at this stage, should I, because again, I'm selling these at $1.93, so, you know, at 70 cents, I'm more than happy to, you know, give these up. We can see there was a lot of contracts trading up here, to be honest. So this is a good sell. So we did have some uplift, but overall, I expect us to crush this. Arguably, there's a case for a drop in the 40 cents. The 130s are quite out. So for me, the next 5 points out should take this to about 60 cents. So I'm estimating about 70 is good before we start to maybe rotate back out again. There's a bit of time on these, so we want to be careful. Ultimately, we don't want to create some cash flow erosion for ourselves. We've also got Qualcomm. I think Qualcomm, I think I'm on the one, let's see, I think I'm on the May 16th on Qualcomm as well. Should be about 140s, that's where we are. So I sold these about $4.74, looking for them to crush eventually into $1.33, but that will take some time. First stop will likely be $3.23, maybe some rotation, and then we'll come back in. So pretty good so far. So we're short AMD, 80 strike, we're short Boeing, 130 strike, and we're also now short Qualcomm 140 strike. I'm a little bit within the expected move on this one because I think we're going through a market flip, so I might as well have the extra credit. If I'm right on this one, we will very quickly push out the first strike out, second strike out, and I think, yeah, that would be a solid move. If we can push this 140 outside the sort of one, just over the expected move, then we're going to be perfectly fine. So $1.33 is reasonable to aim for because that's somewhere between the 140s going somewhere between 1.2 standard divs out and 1.4 standard divs out, so just outside the expected move. So the market does flip, then that's what we're looking at. Again, quite a few contracts in here, so I think under the $4.10 mark, that's where we want to see it. I think it's pretty much curtains. We're going to head much lower, but I've got a lot of extrinsic value in these because of the way the market's been behaving, so it should be a pretty decent collect in about cycle wise. These tend to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so about 8 days on the cycle. So roughly we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on a sideways cycle on a premium, so maybe another 6 days should get us reasonably down here, and then we can reassess, of course, on Qualcomm. Ever wanted a prop firm that would just fund you and you get to prove your ability? Meet Tradify, the futures prop firm doing just that. Choose from tailored funding programs that align with your trading style, offering account sizes up to $750,000 with the ability to go straight to funded account, skipping evaluations. Experience seamless trading with their integration with top-tier platforms like Tradeovate, providing powerful features and access to the latest technology in the futures market. Enhance your strategy with automated trade journaling, offering in-depth analysis to refine your performance. Follow a transparent path from evaluation to live funded accounts with clear rules to support you at every step. Start trading a fully funded account now with Tradify. Please use the link in the description below. It supports the channel and our sponsors. So that's what I'm doing on the option premium side. I'm also long life cattle. You can't see that, unfortunately, on a different screen, and I'm not recording that one, but I'm long life cattle, looking for a point on these today, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so that's the general makeup of my portfolio. I'm also long a couple of equities as well. Not going to get into that. On my currency portfolio side, just take a glance. Where are we? So I'm long gold. I should say on my CFD portfolio side, I'm long gold. Also long cable. To be fair, I shouldn't be long cable at these levels, but I'm long cable anyway. It's a small thing. I'm expecting us to pop into the 130s, possibly 131s, and there you have it. I'm also long the S&P, of course. That makes sense. And I'm long crude, basically. Obviously, these are a little bit more of a swing place for me, so that I'm going to sit in these for a couple of days at the very least. This is how you got to play these markets these days. This is kind of just where we are. There's not a lot you can do. There's a lot of volatility out there, and markets are very directional. If they're very directional, it is what it is. It's a better chance to ride the wave where you can, as opposed to maybe even intraday trade it. That's what's going on, guys. And I thought that this would be a nice little short video to do, just to give you guys an idea of what's happening. This is how we do it, right? I can't say this enough, is that as a new trader, you have to have a degree of method. You have to be calm. You have to be able to diversify what you do to a large extent. If you're trying to build a speciality, then it makes sense maybe to focus on maybe one thing or one group of assets at the very least that you become really familiar with. But by and large, you need a level of diversification these days. And that's what I generally try and achieve. It's not easy, guys. Bottom line, not easy. You've got to be on the ball. You've got to be looking. You've got to have your eye on the ball. As you can see, I've got full view of the entire marketplace. I've got my key stocks that I look at to sell option premium on, and also to hold when the market's spinning. These large caps are where it's at, I'm afraid. We all know the small cap stories. If that's your jam, then I wish you well. I'm sure it will work out for you. There's always a way, the different ways to skin the cat, basically. I've got a full view of the commodity market, so I can see where everything's going. I like the commodities because there's a very low degree of correlation, right? So when we're talking about market correlation, you just don't have the same effect, right? So they're highly non-correlated. That's basically what I'm saying. As you can see, different commodities, obviously soybeans is down, corn is down. These are both the same thing, just different for some different contract months. Hogs are up, live cattle's up. Lumber is kind of closed, market's not open yet for lumber. This is corn minis, soybean minis, feeder cattle. So again, feeder cattle's up naturally alongside live cattle. Soil, this is milk's up. Orange juice, I don't really trade this, but I got it on there just to view. So as you can see, I don't have any data associated with it, but that's orange juice as well. So I've got a full view of what's going on. Obviously, you can see crude mini, crude micros, large crude, micro ES, right? Full view, so I know what's going on, and I can trade different things. I can pick on any one of those and decide I want to do maybe a premium sale, or I want to get long the actual asset. So you have to be in a frame to diversify. I like IB for all this stuff just because it has all the tools that you need as a professional. So I use Interactive Brokers generally for most things. Obviously, it's not the best if you're doing like a lot of active CFD stuff. So I got your regular platforms for that all of you are familiar with, your C traders, your MT4s for my market profile, and so on. So this is what's going on with the S&P. Obviously, big pullback. Obviously, again, a bit of rejection out of this value. I've been talking about this anyway. So these are the weekly values, right? Making sure I have them on. So the key thing here for the S&P is for it to hold and trade this value fully, right? That's what we want to say. Obviously, this is a daily profile, obviously taking into account weekly levels. If we start getting back down under here, it's curtains. We're going to go probably through the entire value. So these are the kind of things you want to keep an eye on. Again, we don't know. We've got bids sitting here, but if we break those, then we're probably going to go back down again, right? So worth keeping an eye on. Some stocks are really strong already against the index. So, I mean, again, we can see there's a level of capitulation going on. So guys, this is how I make it all make sense. Right now, again, I know for some of you I'm going like at lightning speed. This was designed to be a really short video, but this is how we do it, guys. And this is what I wanted to bring to the fray. It's not easy. So bottom line is that I've got the Discord server link in the description below. I've also got a course that covers everything from price action, options, and it's all in the description below. Really incredibly cheap. It's the starting point. If you want to know what I know, that's where you got to look. I've also got a set of free courses on on YouTube that cover pretty much everything around market profile plus the YouTube channel. So if you don't know anything about market profile, a good place to start. Again, if you check out my price action course for beginners, it's complete for beginners. It's there, it's completely free. Just go down to the description below. You'll see I've got one that's completely free for beginners, and I've got another one for people who've done that one and want to kind of start to progress. And beyond that, you can reach out to me via the Discord server. I'm all about making this realistic, right? Doing this for a living is not the kind of thing that you're gonna probably take lightly. It's pretty difficult. So to make it realistic for a beginner who's coming into this thinking, you know what, it's gonna be super simple, it won't be. However, if you knuckle down, it could be the best thing you ever did in your entire life. And that's what I'm trying to highlight. But you can't achieve that by, say, for example, joining some Signals group or some Telegram group or following some internet guru guy, because they got like millions of followers, all that stuff. It's gonna be difficult, because the reason why those guys got millions of followers is they've managed to package it so it looks like it's easy. So you draw a couple of lines here and there, or they give you this super package system that they say works 99% of the time, and you're going to be profitable. But the reality of it is you probably won't be, because they're not thinking about the other facets that professionals need to think about, because it's all about managing that risk, and it's all about translating your idea into an asset class that is going to allow you to achieve the returns. Obviously, I'm sitting here selling option premium against the market rallying. It's a better risk reward trade for me, because again, as you can see, these premium sales, they're rather static. I've bought time, extrinsic value, and I'm going to use that now to profit in the long term. And when I say long term, it's not that long term. In about a week or so, we should see these premiums depress if the market does what I expect it to do. And if it doesn't, well, I've got till the 16th of May for the market to do what I want it to do. That's the reality of it. It can go through several cycles, but ultimately options decay in value, right? So it makes sense for me. Now, if I was running out there trying to do this as just maybe a standard CFD trade, it's going to be a bit hairy. Like I said to you, I'm long the S&P, right? As a CFD, so more long-term hold. But that position is more or less flat. Whilst these option positions are already making some money. You've already seen that with my AMD, you've seen that with my Boeing, and you're probably going to see that in the coming days with my QCOM. It makes sense. So in a way, I'm hedged out, right? If the S&P 500 keeps going a little bit lower, not a problem. Because I'm sitting in a reliable asset class that I know it's going to generate for me down the line. That's how we've got to think about the market overall. It's not just about, doing this one technique or this one strategy that's always going to yield. That's not how it works. You've got to think about it from a more holistic plan. Okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? What's my potential return? If this goes sideways, how am I going to manage it, etc., etc. And that's where your head needs to be. If your head's not there, then you can start to see where the problems are going to develop. So anyway, guys, this is how we do it. I'm not saying there's no other ways to do it. I'm sure there is. But because the trading space these days is dominated by people with a lot of marketing prowess, they need to make it simple. It's marketing 101. If it's too difficult, people are going to switch off. A lot of you guys had already left this video, to be fair. And the ones of you who are still here, thank you very much. You know what to do. But ultimately, that's the problem. It is saturated with people who understand that if I'm going to get clients or customers, I need to make it simple. In my case, not going to happen. I'm just going to tell you the reality, how it is, how you need to do it, and you'll see for yourself that, oh yeah, this is a little bit more than I first thought it would be, but that's a good thing, because in the long term, you're going to stand a chance of being arguably a professional. Stick with the larger marketers who can package things very well. There's not a hope in hell, I can tell you that for sure. Anyway, guys, sorry to neg everybody out, but it's just the reality of it. I'm keeping it real. In any case, to my next video, adios.
Hey, listen, I quit. Yeah, I'm going into stocks.
Name of the game. Move the money from your client's pocket into your pocket. But if you can make your clients money at the same time it's advantageous to everyone, correct? No.
No one is paying attention.
It's unbelievable.
Have to act now.
God, this is intimate. I feel like I'm financially inside of you or something.
Okay.
I have 5 houses and a condo.
I'm considering going long on April week. What do you think, Valentine?